Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for this time. You have this news and messages card and this luck and money card. I like that. That's definitely very good, so there definitely could be luck or money coming in for you if you need it, which is nice. You also have that news and messages card. Sometimes I feel the judgment card can represent like a message from your higher self or, whatever you want to call it, your guides, your ancestors. And, the judgment card is about answering the call of your purpose. This trumpet or the angel here is your higher self, the angel on the judgment card, and he is calling these people up out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. And I'm sorry I just pulled like 18 cards off the top of that deck there, but, they need to answer the call of their new life or they need to step into their new life here. So I would definitely answer the call. The call could be inspiration. You have this inspire card right here, right? We could be just, we could just feel inspired to do something. And I feel that this reading is encouraging you to follow your sun, the sun right here, or to follow your inspirations, and that's definitely what I would do here. You have the lovers, and you also have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles right here. And so sorry, wrong camera, if you're looking for love, definitely could be love. Could be an earth sign or it could be someone with like earth in their chart or something. But I do like the King and Queen of Pentacles because they represent two people who really want to actually be together and who really want to put the work in, and they're both very stable. The only thing that I always say about the King and Queen of Pentacles is they can need more passion. They can sometimes be a little bit too practical, and they can lack the whole passion thing. Now, you have the Queen of Wands here, and so the Queen of Wands is a card of seduction. And if the King of Wands comes up, that would kind of, I would say that would make things a little bit better as far as passion is concerned. But it still, looks pretty good. So if you want love, definitely available to you. I'm also getting like, if you have love, then I feel that things in your connection, if you're in a connection right now, could be becoming more practical. And there's no better way to say it, but, I feel like for some of you it's like you and your partner could be improving your finances. And you can say what you want about money, but obviously if you're having money problems, that affects your relationship. When things improve, things improve. So, I think that things could be improving for some of you. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords, I really feel that Leo needs to trust their knowledge and wisdom. It's like you have a lot of wisdom, based off the years of the work that you've been doing in your life. I feel it's time for Leo to really, really trust what they know. And I feel like you need to take what you know and apply it to new situations. I think everything about Leo readings over the years has been about like stepping into something new. I feel like you've been being pushed towards something new as well. It's like, but at the same time, I feel the universe can't force you to do something. And so I feel for a lot of you, I'll give you a good example. It's like if you have a job or a career and it hasn't been working, and you haven't been making more money, I feel the universe has been like saying, okay, let's go. You have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. Go use it somewhere else, right? And so I feel like you need to trust those nudges that you're getting, right? And we even have the Judgment card, and like I said, the Judgment card is your higher self angel calling you to make a change. And so I feel a lot of you, it's time to kind of like make changes. And it can be hard to make changes, of course, but I would definitely encourage it. This doesn't say you have to like quit your job or your business or your career either. Just says you have to make a change. And so you can do that through like education, getting certifications, taking a class your boss wants you to take, asking for a raise or promotion. The list goes on and on. But I would definitely, it's definitely saying to me that there's, some sort of upgrade that you could be making. I'm also getting something about reverse. It's like I'm hearing the word, you need to do things in reverse or something. I don't really have a good example for you other than, it's like I've probably said this before, but I was working with someone a while ago on their YouTube channel. And they had like this, basically like a Patreon. It wasn't, but it was like a Patreon where they were charging people money to join. And it's like they were putting one type of content on their Patreon, another on their channel. And I just had them flip it, basically go the other direction. And they basically blew up. So, it's like sometimes I think we just have to reverse things in the order that we're doing things, or, we just have to try the opposite. And I know that's not very helpful advice, but it's the advice that I'm getting, so there you go. With the lovers, you have the Page of Wands. I feel you need to be more playful in love, and this goes, especially if you're in a connection. I feel being more playful would be very helpful for you. If you're in a connection, I also feel if you want a connection, that again being more playful about how you approach people or whatever would be a good idea. With the King of Swords, yes, Knight of Pentacles, you have this like big-ass empty field behind you that you could plant seeds in and be very successful, but you have to do it exactly what I said. So Knight of Pentacles, everything about him represents knowledge and wisdom. He has these oak leaves here, oak leaves right here on the horse. Oak leaves in the tarot represent knowledge and wisdom. He has everything he needs to be very successful. All he has to do is plant seeds in the field, and they will grow. So if you're thinking about starting something or doing something, then it's going to be good. With the Judgment card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I really feel the universe wants you to be wealthy, and that doesn't have to be money either, Leo. That just could be any type of abundance that you can possibly imagine. And I feel the universe is like pushing you to create your Ten of Pentacles. As I always say, we don't just get the Ten of Pentacles. We have to kind of work and create. And, the Ten of Pentacles is something that we build over a long period of time, and it's building, leaving a legacy. So I feel a lot of you could really be doing that. And you're a Leo, so Leos definitely build legacies. That is the whole point. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Wave of Emotions card. It says a new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions. You have this Explosive Situations card. I don't like that word right now, I'll say that. It says this destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape a new future. So this could be positive if you are, again, making a change. Of course, the Wave of Emotions, this could be in your connection or in a connection that you are forming. You have the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. The Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. She also has a sunflower here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. And you have the sun in your reading, which is your card down here. And so if I were you, I would be moving in this direction right here. And so the Queen of Wands or Queen of Pentacles wants us to focus on our resources and be resourceful. And, the Queen of Wands, she doesn't know if she is going to be able to get her desire. Again, the sunflower points towards the sun. It's basically pointing towards her desires or something that she desires, and she's not sure if she can get there or not. The Queen of Wands is my card of learning as you go. The Queen of Pentacles is my card of using all your resources to get there and being resourceful. That doesn't mean it doesn't mean using all your resources, because she wouldn't be resourceful. She wouldn't be necessarily like wasting all her resources, right? She's very intentional on what she uses to get what she wants, and she's also very practical about it as well. So I think, embracing that side of yourself would be very good with the Queen of Wands. And you could be trying to accomplish anything. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, of course, is a change in direction. He's looking at the Seven Pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it for me to grow these pentacles? Or is there something better that I could be doing? So I feel for a lot of you, it would be a great time to weigh up your options and to look at the work you're doing and try to figure out what is the best work that you could be doing. I think everybody needs to do this right now. I've said it, it's come up for several other signs recently, but I think we all need to take a look at our work and figure out what's working, what's not, and focus. And that's exactly what I would do with that card. You have the Five of Swords. I feel there's a risk coming in for you. You've been getting the Five of Swords with me like crazy. And for you, Leo, for whatever reason, I always get the word risk on this card, where it's like you're doing something to take a risk to get something in your life, or, to make progress or to do something or whatever. I just repeated myself, but whatever. And that's what I would do with the Five of Swords. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Yeah, maybe some of you are fearing heartbreak. We don't really see this here, but, Three of Swords can represent heartbreak or sadness. The Three of Swords has a very simple solution. We just have to remove those swords from our heart, and we can do that by forgiving the past. We don't have to forgive a person directly. We just have to forgive them in our heart, and that's exactly what I would do with this card. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Time to start planting seeds. The Knight of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles are definitely about planting seeds. Knight of Pentacles needs to plant seeds. The Six of Pentacles is the action of doing it. So I feel it's time to take a step towards whatever it is that you're trying to create in your life, and I feel it'll be very good. With the Five of Swords, you have the Four of Swords and the Justice card. I would be careful of waiting for justice to move forward as well. It's like some of you might be like waiting for, I just get this waiting feeling here off of these two cards. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I feel like some of you are. It's almost like you're waiting for things to balance out in another situation before you start working towards something new. And I feel like this is saying like, no, you need to start working on something new now. That is your reward, that you will be getting. It's like sometimes like in healing in relationships, it's like sometimes I think people wait to like see their ex get karma or whatever, and it's like, well, maybe their karma is you dating someone famous or, someone who's very successful, right? Maybe that's their karma to see you with like a good person who treats you well. And that's kind of what I get here. It's like there, and I'm just using love as an example, right? This could have to do with money or work or business. And I feel it's saying like there's nothing for you to wait for. So like get moving. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, a time to give rather than take. You also have this card, this full moon in Sagittarius. It says, look at the bigger picture. Yes, I'm a big fan of big picture thinking right now, especially with Pluto and Aquarius. I think we should be looking at everything that we want to do in life kind of from like a bird's eye view, and we need to see all the different angles that we can, work towards something. And that's what I would focus on with this energy. You have the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. Again, you could definitely be attracting like an Emperor or an Empress, whatever you're into. And I do like these two cards together. Like I said, the King and Queen of Pentacles, they're maybe like a little bit vanilla, so I don't know if that's a problem or not. Some people like that, whatever. But they can be a little bit boring, but, again, if it works, and, whatever. I also feel that there is a lot of security here. So if you are into having secure relationships, then this definitely could be a very secure position. I also feel very good about this for your finances. So, I feel a lot of you could be working to grow your finances or to improve your finances at this time. The Queen of Pentacles is, kind of very practical, straightforward. She's focusing on her resources here as well, so she is very resourceful. And, again, resources do not have to be money. As a matter of fact, money is the last thing that she is thinking about using. She might be thinking to herself, how can I start this business for free, or how can I, bootstrap this idea that I have? Like, she does not waste resources, and that's definitely popping into my head. I think that anything you're thinking about doing, you could probably do for free. So, that would be my mindset if I were you here, Leo, and I wouldn't be jumping to money right away. But I do feel you could be becoming more resourceful, which is probably improving your finances. You have the Emperor. You definitely could be attracting like an Emperor type person, for sure if you want love. I also feel that, sometimes I feel with the Emperor that he can represent needing to be ready for an opportunity. He has his armor on underneath his cloak, and it kind of says that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. He is sitting here, he's not doing anything, but when an opportunity presents itself, he's going to take the leap. And I do feel that there could be like an opportunity coming in for you soon. With the King of Wands, you have the Six of Wands, King of Pentacles. I don't know why I said that, whatever. But, I think that you could also be attracting a person who gets a lot of attention. And, there's this person here who's meant to look jealous. So, I feel for a lot of you that this could be you attracting someone where it's like maybe people will be jealous of the connection. I would just ignore it. Six of Wands is also a card of success. And not only that, we have two sixes right here. I love two sixes because two sixes to me says that you're on the right path, you're going in the right direction. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. I would be careful of just doing anything in work or business, especially sometimes I think when we're stressed out about money, which I do feel like some of you could be stressed out about money, then that's when we make bad decisions where we just do anything to try to, make money basically. And I feel this is saying like, yes, it's stressful, totally understand. But at the same time, I would like slow things down and just really be thoughtful, and really don't just do anything to improve your situation. I think it would be much better for you to be thoughtful, for you to come up with a plan and also not rush, right? It's like sometimes I think we need to stick to a plan, and it might take a little bit of time before our money improves. But if we stick to the plan, things will improve, and you, the Queen of Pentacles, definitely stick to a plan. Again, she is very practical. She comes up with a plan, an idea, she sticks to it, and that's what I would do here. With the Emperor, you have the Nine of Wands. Maybe this is like, maybe you're attracting a person who's like a little bit more reserved if you are attracting love, is kind of like what I get here. I just feel like you could be attracting a person who has been hurt, so, or maybe this is you. Take it how it resonates. But, I don't see this as bad because, the wounded warrior here on the Nine of Wands, he is willing to try something one more time. Like, he's not giving up on what he wants even though he is wounded. So maybe this is why this connection just doesn't have the fire that I desire here, Leo. And not that that's bad. I don't think this is bad. I just think that it's something that might put you off right at the beginning. Or maybe this is, again, if you're dealing with if this is you, I'm not sure, then, it might put the other person off. Is it going to ruin it? I really don't think so here. I think this is something that whoever this is, that they'll get over it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Inspire card and this Release card. I feel you need to move towards your inspirations. Like you are being inspired to do something. Definitely time to release your old story. And I think that once you do that, you're going to be much more successful. You have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. The Knight of Swords normally is like a rushing energy, but in the good stuff, this would represent building momentum towards success. So I feel a lot of you could actually be building momentum and becoming much more successful. So I really do kind of like this energy for you with the Knight of Swords, and I feel like there could be a lot more success coming in. You have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of material success on the horizon. So we definitely do see improvements in your finances. It's just like one of those things. Like, I get this feeling that whatever you're doing, it's not going to change overnight, and I feel like I need to encourage you to keep going and not give up. Like, it's one of those things where I think it's hard to, especially if you need money for something, right? That it's hard to stick to something in that moment, right? So it's like if you can't make your credit card payments and you have a plan, and you're going to default on your credit card payments, it's hard to not like panic and like want to, do something else, right? But I feel like this is saying like, yes, it might suck to do that, might hurt your credit for a little bit of time, but if you stick to a plan, I feel like you will build something that lasts, and also you'll easily be able to pay things off. So, I don't know, it's just popping into my head. I'm definitely not encouraging, I'm sure someone's going to take it there, I'm not encouraging you to default on your credit card payments, of course not. But I'm just using an example here, since I have to spell everything out for the kindergartners that watch me. Let me spell it out for you, that's not what I'm encouraging you to do, but I'm just encouraging you to stick to a plan. You have the Sun, your card, you showing up in a very strong position. So I feel like the sun is shining on you, but also when you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. But I think there's a lot of good, very positive energy with the sun. Yep, with the Knight of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Really good. This is you developing your financial independence, you becoming more successful. Nine of Pentacles, like heaven on earth. And, you start with that luck and money card, and there definitely seems to be like, money luck going on here. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. This will take off quickly, is what this is saying to me right here. Whatever you're working on, it might be slow right now, but once you stick to the plan, things will take off quickly. So do not get off of this path. With the Sun, you have the Devil. The Devil would normally be toxic energy, but again, I think if you're attracting a person here, that this person is definitely not toxic. The other thing is that the Devil could say that both of you are ending toxic cycles, that you've been in or finally getting over it. And, that could be bringing love into your life as well. You have this I just said as well, and you have this Well card that says family wishes come true. So there you go. If you want to have a family, Ten of Pentacles is a great card of family. So if you want to have a family or hoping to create a family, some of you definitely could be doing that. You have this Teapot. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Friends, it is a very social year this year, and I keep encouraging people to socialize this year. I think just socializing will help us get out of our heads the most this year. And I'm a big fan of getting out of my head because that's when you get good answers to problems or challenges, or even good things as well that are happening. You can get better guidance when you're out of your head, and it just seems to me like this year is saying if you socialize, you'll get out of your head. You have this Mule card. It says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Because of Mars retrograde in Leo, I would definitely encourage people to avoid stubborn people that are just not flexible at all. Now there's, again, if you are dealing with a stubborn person who is willing to change, it's like some people are stubborn, but they will be flexible at the same time. If you're dealing with that type of person, not what we're talking about. We are talking about someone who is so inflexible that they're not willing to do anything new. I would avoid that type of energy. You have this success card, definitely success coming in for you here. And you have the shield card. Says you need to defend yourself. I encourage people to not defend themselves during Mars retrograde because sometimes I feel like if we try to defend ourselves during Mars retrograde, we end up looking guilty. And I think the best thing to do during Mars retrograde is completely ignore anyone who is attacking us. That is the best defense during Mars retrograde, and that's exactly what I would do here. Usually during Mars retrograde, people who fly off the handle and come at us, if we ignore them, they go higher and higher and higher, and they end up looking crazy. So I wouldn't even worry about it. But this looks really good, Leo. I love this. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.